Hey everyone! Hey, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster. I am your proud host. My name is Precious Williams. I am the Killer Pitchmaster. So, why do I even call it a Killer Pitchmaster? What is this particular episode going to be about? Well, this episode is about pitching and speaking at 43. 27 years of reconciling my past and my present. And I promise you that this is going to relate to you as a speaker or to entrepreneurs who are pitching their businesses. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is, as you all know, yesterday I turned 43 years old. It's a very special day for me because I never thought I would get to 43, let alone 42, 41. But in these 43 years, 27 years as an international professional speaker, there's so much that I have learned. There's so much that I can bring to the table. And I just think that it's important that as speakers, especially if you're a professional speaker, you get paid for speaking, that you sometimes look back on the lessons learned, the things that will help others if they're starting their speaking career, if they are in the intermediate part of their career, or also if they're at an expert level. What are some of the things that I've learned? What are some of the things that I have definitely gone through? So why should you listen? As a killer pitch master, I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. I'm a corporate trainer for some of the biggest tech companies. So y'all know it's already trying to act up. Y'all already know it's trying to act up. You know, it said it wants blue to come out. It says it wants y'all to see the blue. So as a corporate trainer for some of the biggest tech companies in the world, as an international professional speaker, three-time number one best-selling author of the Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only series, it is my distinct honor and privilege to share with you where speaking has taken me, to share with you where pitching has taken me. I'm a former attorney in the great state of New York. Haven't practiced in years, will never practice again. But I had no idea that the art and science of communication I've been doing since I was young. Being able to talk myself in and out of situations, being able to get VIPs to notice me, being able to get media to come to me where I'm not paying for it. These are things that I impart to my clients. And that's why I think at 43 and one day that I wanted to share some of these things with you. And I think that as the killer pitch master, if you're someone who is an entrepreneur and you're looking to pitch your business, whether it's for investors, whether it's for media, whether it's at networking events, whether you're selling something, whether you're a speaker, you want to be hashtag book busy and paid, or if you're interviewing for the position of your dreams, these are things that I want to share with you that have gotten me this far. And just like everybody else that you meet who has some age on them, they've been to hell and back. And so I hope that every week we have our returning guests and we also have new guests. So in the comments, if you're watching, please tell me your name, the name of your company, if you have one, or something that you're going to give birth to this year, and what made you come to this particular episode. What was it about this? And if you want to put in information about your company, please do, but please make it short because you know I'm the killer pitch master. I can't read paragraphs in the middle of this episode. And I want you to know how much I appreciate each and every one of you all for coming back every week. And for our new guests, welcome. Welcome by the Killer Pitch Master. And I'm just excited. I mean, I turned 43 and I'm just looking back like, wow, the last few years have been incredible. It's been a roller coaster ride. There have been some extreme highs, extreme lows. There were times I never thought I'd get on stage again. That what would I have to talk about? Who would want to listen to someone who's failed more times than they can count, but has risen like the phoenix each and every time? So if that's you, if you're having a downtime right now, I hope you're inspired by what you hear today. And that's why we're talking about pitching and speaking at 43. Now I know some young people are like, oh, I'm 43. That sounds old, baby. I'm just getting started. Do you hear me? If I knew at 43 what I if I knew now what I knew then, man, I'd be slicing. I'd be different today. And so I want to share some things that have definitely put me on this path. And just for some of you who don't know, I just came back from DC on Wednesday. I spoke at the Professional Photographers of America conference. 10,000 professional photographers from fine art, commercial, wedding, all types of photographers were there. And I got to bless them. I got to bless the stage, the microphone. And it was such an incredible experience for my speakers. Do you know what it's like to speak to thousands? Do you know what it's like to have your merchandise, your books, and gone, like gone? It was an amazing experience. And when they were interviewing me in the midst of the madness of it all, I remember telling the interviewers for Professional Photographers of America, this is what I'm used to. I'm used to this kind of reception when I speak. And so many people came up to me and were like, oh my God, you brought energy, you brought life, like you brought it. And I'm like, but I'm supposed to. And as a speaker, as the greats will tell you, you definitely want to over deliver. Like people are expecting boring. They're like, but 8 a.m., I'm trying to kill the game. I'm trying to kill it. So whoever comes behind me, like, oh, I'm gonna give you a run for your money, but I'm not competing with you. I'm competing with who I was yesterday. And so if this resonates with you all, let me know. Let me know. So before I begin and talk more about pitching and speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present, allow me to speak to my distinguished guests. I'm so happy that they're here and I want to acknowledge what they're saying. So I'm coming over here. And if you're new to this show, as a killer pitch master, I've created a free pitch quiz. It's called What's Your Next Pitch Power Play? And you can answer 6 short questions. And so if you're struggling with your pitch or trying to understand what is the purpose of a pitch and how do you really sell your goods, your business, your books, your brands, your product or services in a better way, I suggest you take my quiz. And you can go to pitchingforprofit.com. Only 6 short questions. You get a free customized report when you click submit, and you're going to see why pitching can take you so many places that you didn't even know were possible. It took me from pitching on stages for money to being in movies and documentaries to being in Forbes to just doing amazing things, to speaking before 10,000. So, and I've spoken before even more than that, right? So being an international professional speaker, being from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, I'm doing things that I used to dream of when I was 5. So let's talk to my distinguished guests. Remember your name, the name of your company if you have one, what you want to give birth to this year if you don't have a company, and give a little pitch, but not a long paragraph. I cannot read long paragraphs. Let me see what's up with my peeps. Okay, y'all, hold on. I got to scroll up. Okay. Andre, glad you're here. Happy birthday. Thank you, Andre. Glad you're here. Sadat, hello, beautiful lady. Thank you, Sadat. Please let me know if I said your name right. Thank you so much. Andrea, that's my girl, Andrea Logan, the career priestess. Hi, Precious. I'm here to celebrate you. Thank you, Queen. I really appreciate that. I hope you're alert as I'm too. Sadat, you speak very well. Thank you. I should after all this time. Winona. Oh, I love that name. Thank you for sharing. You're excellent. Thank you. Clinical and Forensic Associates. Happy blessed birthday. Thank you so much. 43 looking good in these streets. Leanne Mason Smith, Travel and Leisure Company. Glad you're here, Queen. Andrea Logan, the Career Island. I'm a professional resume writer and career coach, and I'm giving birth to my speaking career this year and will be working with you. Your birthday and emails brought me here. Thank you so much. Oh, Clinical and Forensic Associate. Oh, no, I missed you. Love it. Robin McPherson, I'm so glad you're here. Robin McPherson, Positive Mindset Education and Career Strategist, LLC. This is my first time. I was on LinkedIn and it popped up, you being live, and here I am. So glad you're here, Robin. Diamond, glad you're here, Queen. Greetings. Melinda was, love that for you. Thank you, Melinda. Glad you're here. Joe Baptiste, new and glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. And please take the quiz, okay? BB Gaines. Thanks for going live. You always dropping that on me. I love it. BB Gaines says, love your hair. Thank you. Julius K. Weems III. Very nice. Thank you for being here, Julius. BB Gaines, happy birthday. Happy Aquarius season. You already know. Andrea Parmar. Andreas Parmar, author of Alone in a Crowd, registered psychiatric nurse. You're keeping it real. I want to tell you my story about an RPN's 16-year struggle with bulimia and mental wellness. Such an important time. You better believe it. Is it Andrea or Andreas Parmar? Please let me know because I always want to get the name right, okay? All right, y'all. So that was all the comments that we have so far that are on the StreamYard side. And so what I want to do right now is I definitely want to talk about like 9 things today. And y'all know how we do. We keep it funky and we keep it fresh. And don't forget, I have a $43 offer that I'd love for you all to take advantage of. It's a video training series, $43, originally $297. And we'll get into that, but I want you to know I have it scrolling across the bottom of the screen so you can check it out. In the meantime, and for my kings and queens that come back each week, please type it in the comments so that they can go look at it as I'm going through what we're going to talk about today. Pitching and speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present. Okay. So, y'all know I'm getting over a little cold. I was thinking back over my career, and I started speaking when I was 16 years old. And it wasn't a popular thing for a 16-year-old to be a professional speaker. I'm going to be honest, it wasn't. So I didn't do it for the popularity, didn't do it for the fame. 16 years old in St. Louis, really? And so because I wasn't popular, it was great to be in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. It was great. But, I was 16. I was 16 speaking before the mayor of the city of St. Louis, the governor of Missouri. Those are great. And I didn't really fully understand the magnitude of it because I was young. But because it wasn't the popular thing to do to be a speaker at 16, what that allowed me to do is really hone in on my craft. I wasn't doing it for popularity. It wasn't likes. It wasn't social media back then. So it allowed me to kind of be under the radar and learning my craft as I attended Spelman College on a full scholarship. It allowed me, to practice my craft as I was applying for scholarship applications. I won so many scholarships even while I was in school, before I attended Spelman, after, when I went off to Georgetown University Law Center. Everything is a pitch, and that's when I started to learn that. So when you're applying for scholarships, what are you putting on that application? What are you putting on, your applications to get into schools? All of those are pitches too. And I was really honing in my craft, not even knowing that was where I was going. So me speaking from 16 into my 30s, I didn't realize it was really a profession because, listen, I was just doing it. And I was very much a motivational speaker. So I was incorporating parts of my past, not the things that y'all hear about today. I was incorporating the safe things to talk about because I was a motivational speaker and I really just wanted people to get out of their own way. But I don't know if I was necessarily the right vehicle for it, right? And so from my 16 to my 30s, I was doing a good job, but I don't know if that was really my best. However, in the last 8 to 10 years, in becoming the killer pitch master, in becoming the type of speaker I wanted to, here's some of the things that I've learned. That's why I say you have to reconcile the past and the present. The past got me here. But in the last 8 to 10 years, number one, I found a niche that was wide open. Wide open. And I'm sure other niches are too. But pitching. And the only reason I learned how to pitch, honestly, is because I had no money. My back was against the wall, no family and friends. So I had to learn how to pitch on the spot, on the fly. And it just so happens that my pitches were just getting it and getting me money and getting me recognition, getting me media attention. And it didn't require me to have to go through this training program and this training program. I just knew how to do it intuitively, right? If I pitch my way out of the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, if I pitch my way into Spelman, I pitch my way into Georgetown, pitch my way into Rutgers School of Law and another full scholarship, I always had it in me. I just needed to understand what my niche was. And as speakers, I don't think we often know what it is. We'll just go into what's popular, or that's what we've been doing all our life. And so I started off doing motivational, but as a killer pitch master and being able to show people how to break pitches down so that, if people have like a lot of choices between who they can pick as a speaker for different specific categories, well, I want to dominate pitching. Never did I think that would get me into the places it got me into, but because I was specific about the niche and finally let go of being an attorney, that set me on the right path. So what are you holding on to that may be holding you back from being the speaker or the entrepreneur you need to be? Number two, I love this. I went national before local, before hyper local, before regional. So if you think about it, my first pitch was to the producers of MSNBC. MSNBC is national. I think it's even international. It never occurred to me to start off with things that were local in New York or whatever. I literally just pitched because that was the media sponsor. But when I look back, I've always been a proponent of dreaming big. And I think for some people, you need to start hyper local, like that's a great way. But I thought bigger from the beginning because that's me. I just needed to shoot for the moon. And I have a great friend named Tisha Hammond, a small business cheerleader. I was listening to, when I was in DC, I was listening to her live, and she was talking about going into bookstores and getting local bookstores to put her books on display and buy them. And I literally laughed because I never thought to do that. You know what I thought of, y'all? I thought of going into companies, corporations, nonprofits, foundations, and getting them to buy in bulk. You see the difference in the thinking? And we were all going to get to the same place. But with that genius of thought, like I shot over here, she shot here. And so the great thing is just understanding, um, that there's many ways to skin a cat. But I thought big from the very beginning. And now when I look back, I'm like, man, I missed that whole steps. But we still got to the same place, best-selling authors. So because I went national first, that allowed people who normally wouldn't even know about me really embrace me because like, oh, that's a big black woman who's gracing the stage or who's on camera with a mohawk at 327 pounds. Like that makes no sense. But here I was because I was defying the impossible. And because I got so good in my craft and investing in myself and getting better and better, working with great people, starting Perfect Pitches by Precious, because I'd seen it big from the beginning, people had already had that trust in me. When I did Shark Tank and all this other kind of stuff, it was amazing. And it really put me on the map. It really did because I shot for the moon. And I look back and I'm like, wow. And that's why, as an entrepreneur or a speaker, there's something in us. It doesn't make sense to the outside world. It, as Joe Osteen always says, it doesn't make sense in the natural. And yet I did it. And so, like, I shot for Spelman College. It wasn't in St. Louis, Missouri. I wanted out. I wanted to see that hot Atlanta, that chocolate city, the place where black people is going out of control. Just they were in politics. They were doing it big, and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to see that up close and personal. And because I made the decision to go to Spelman, that opened my eyes to even more parts of the world. That's how I was able to go to the University of Iowa for a summer. I was able to go to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for a summer and get paid to work on PhD level projects, even though I knew I wasn't going to get a PhD. But you do what you have to do to get to where you are. So education controlled the access to my opportunity, but it also allowed me to think even bigger. So when I wanted to go to law school, I remember the first time I met the admissions director at Georgetown, never knowing that one encounter would be the reason why I walked into Georgetown University Law Center on a full scholarship. You see it, like shot for it. Like, and I'm glad that I went big first. I'm so glad that I went big first. Number 3, as a speaker and as an entrepreneur, my strategy, even if you can call it a strategy way back when, was I wanted the greats to see me without anybody telling them anything about me. I wanted them to experience me. And one of the things that I've learned as a speaker is, people have to make reels, they have to do all these sort of things. But I am an experience. And people will tell you, seeing me live on stage or even virtually, but you see me live on stage, there is an energy to the room. I'm very interactive. When I started at 16 to in my 30s, I didn't worry about I didn't worry about being engaging because these people had to be there. So I was just a filler. When I started to realize my power as a speaker, I realized I'm not a lecturer. I may have gone to law school and been lectured to death, but for me to engage. So when I was at the Professional Photographers of America, people literally said it sounded like I was having church and people were running to get in because they didn't even know what was happening. They were like, it was loud. It was like all this. And you mind you, yeah, I'm on stage. So I'm giving them the business. I'm giving them the business. But I had no idea what it sounded like to people outside who were just walking around, getting ready to come in. But to them, it sounded like church, and people were going crazy. And they were because I'm asking questions. I'm going in. I want to thank my boy, Ramon Ray, my friend, Ramon Ray, because he's a great speaker too. Smart Hustle Magazine. He's just really great, just a great speaker. He does tech and he just makes it engaging. I love when he walks up and down the aisles. And I forgot to do that, but I love that he does that, right? because that's his way of getting engaged. Like we both have I have a big personality, and I take advantage of that. I am not afraid to be me and to bring authenticity and transparency to it now, because I love that feeling of I'm going ham and cheese. You see this chubby girl one about to go on this stage. I'm about to do it. And that comes from experience. And it comes from I trust myself to read a crowd and know exactly what to do. So when the Queen Rachel, she was introducing me and she called me a celebrity, I literally looked around like this. I was like, oh, that's me. Because in certain circles, I'm a celebrity, and to me, I'm just that same old P. But when I hit that stage, I'm so thorough. Like I get lost in that, in the energy, because I'm going ham and cheese. And I'm so thankful that at 43 years old, I'm comfortable on any stage. I'm comfortable in intimate environments. I'm comfortable in stadiums. I'm comfortable. This is what this is what my life has turned into, because I'm having an impact. I'm having women and men were coming to me crying because I was speaking to them. I was giving them hope about their photography career and business. It's not over, because what the fat lady ain't saying. You see what I'm saying? And so VIPs, they come in, they notice, kind of like, hold up, who that chick? Who that chick? Or people are referring me like, you heard of Precious Williams, or you heard of, and that's what happens with my clients, right? Because they develop their own personality and bring it out, whether they're introverts or extroverts. And I love that, right? Number four, one of the things that has been great too is I started to incorporate my past, the things I was ashamed of, into certain presentations. Now, when I was 16 to my 30s, we didn't really talk about these things. The things that I share with you all today, and there's still so much more. I have 43 years of life that I want to say there's 40 years of life y'all haven't heard of. Being able to incorporate it to specific audiences. Sometimes I'll meet people that are like, oh, do you just get booked because people know about your past? And I'm like, that's not it. When I'm in big tech companies, or if I'm speaking before banks, they're not hiring me because of my ability to talk about past trauma. They're hiring me because I'm a trainer and a teacher. And so that's what comes out when I'm speaking and training. When I'm a keynote, then you'll get more flavor of some of my past and how I was able to overcome. And they'll get different types of stories. But I am not hired simply because I can tell a story. In my 43 years, you have to pick and choose what stories can relate to that particular audience, right? So as a keynote, I need to know more about the audience to know what to bring up and what not to, right? If I'm training, what is the mood of the group that I'm gonna be in front of? How are they feeling? And like I told you, I got booked for a big event where I was teaching them how to have swag. What are we talking about? Swag. Swag, y'all. But I'm paid handsomely for that. So that has nothing to do with my past. So when I am able to speak about some of the hardest times, I can talk about it from overcoming and not being in it anymore. And I really want this to be clear. Stories are great, but that's not the only reason you're going to be on stage. If you're training and teaching, if you're doing workshops, if you're doing all this other kind of stuff, figure out what stories in your past illustrate that point well, but don't stay there, because your audience needs to go higher. It needs to be able to trust that you can do it and you're not so stuck in those stories, right? So, teaching on swag, having that swagoo, as Beyonce say. Do you think I was talking about homelessness and being an addict? No. I was talking about I'm dripping in swagoo at 327 with a mohawk on national television. How you want that kind of swag? When people are like, "Oh, she fat," listen, dripping in swagoo. Call me Beyonce, okay? So, what do you have in your past for different audiences that you may be in front of that will help illustrate the point, but still keep you in a power position? As a speaker, I want you all to know you speak with power first before you get to the hardcore stuff. The stuff that can be traumatic and start for power, because you never want people to look at you like, oh man, struggle. Like, no, I want you to look at me like, that's a bad bee up in these streets. Do you hear me? So that was number four. I think that was number four. Okay, and number five, I do not seek popularity as a speaker, as a killer pitch. I don't seek popularity. I know it looks good to get likes and comments. Baby, I seek impact. I seek to be in the spaces that I once dreamed of. I seek the kind of experiences that I'm able to be in my rocking chair at 80 and 90 years old and just be cutting up with some young people and just be like, man, this happened. Yo, girl, what's cutting up? Popularity doesn't pay your bills, I promise you. Fame doesn't pay your bills. You know what pays your bills and affords you a certain lifestyle? When you're impacting the world with positivity. Now, I understand there's some current controversial parts of my past. Like anybody else, there's some skeletons in the closet that people, think that I'm running from. I'm not at all. And the only reason I'm not is because I want to be transparent and authentic about how it happened. So that for people who think they've made too many mistakes or too many errors, they can't get out of it. It is possible. And I'm blessed to be a daughter of the Most High who died for my sins, my transgressions, and all of that to give me a new life. And it's up to me to make that life count through impacting others with positivity and not toxic positivity. Because y'all know I be having some moments up in these streets. But that's what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to stop there. But as speakers, entrepreneurs, popularities, don't seek that. Seek to have an impact. Seek to make a beneficial change in the world. The money will come. It will come, and it will come in the stages it needs to come. But I need you to learn how to be a speaker. I need you to learn how to be an entrepreneur so that when the bigger and bigger things happen, you have a solid foundation to do it. You know what I mean? And again, this is the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. This episode is all about pitching and speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present. And so I'm just dropping these nuggets that I've learned along the way, my 27-year career as a professional speaker. Let me see what my peeps are saying. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay. June. Hi, June. I navigate decision makers through uncharted water into the competitive event. You better say that, June. Drop that T, June. I'm glad you're here, June. Hey, Constance. How are you, Queen? Good to see you. Joe. Quiz address one more time. I can definitely get that too, but it's pitching for let me see if I can put it on here. Pitching. I know one of my queens can do it too, but I'm gonna try to put it in here. Pitchingforprofit.com. Let me see if it posts. I don't know if it posted, but that's the address for it. Andrea, the S was a typo. Okay, got it. The 5 F's to love, my girl. The 5 F's to love, my girl, Christine. Happy birthday, Queen. Thank you, Christine. Love you. Nikki Smith. Happy birthday, beautiful. Thank you so much. So glad you're here. The 5 F's to love. I love it. I know that's right. Mary, Miss Mary Jenkins. I love it. Pre-Beyonce, girl. You now. I love it. Andrea. Mental illness does not discriminate. Could be my pitch. I want to help people by sharing my story and spreading the awareness of mental illness. I have been there, done that. Been a psychiatric nurse for 27 years. So I just turned 50. I was like, yeah, for the heavyweight champ. Happy 50th. I've overcome one of the hardest mental illnesses ever. Queen, I can totally understand that. As like when I said I had a mental break, I had a nervous breakdown on April 12, 2004 when I was in law school. That's when I realized that I, suffer from bipolar disorder and severe PTSD. And so people are like, oh, you're so positive. I'm like, listen, I didn't fought to hell and back to get here. It's a wonderful thing. And I have great therapists, great doctors, take my medication. Y'all know I'll be about that life. Come on now. Constance, love you, friends. Love you too, Constance. Perfect Pictures by Precious. So y'all see, this is the link to take my free quiz. The 5 F's to love. Question: in the IT world, the angle is always straight. How do I find more opportunities? Queen, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna get through Christy, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me get through these last thing and I'm gonna answer your question. But I love that you said the angle is always straight, right? And I think, people think that way about a lot of industries. And that's why a lot of people are bored the F out, like, oh my God, right? And so I would definitely think about injecting a little bit of passion. And remember, not every audience is where you need to be, right? And so for me, one of the things that I did was stay away from things that only had speakers in it, right? Or just having, because you're needed in more places than just where IT people are. because all y'all are swimming in the same pond trying to get the same things. Where's some other places that you can really truly shine that they're not even used to seeing your like I've been to a lot of high powered networking groups. I have never seen a black woman IT specialist created her own company, know how to do all that. I've never met that person until I met you. And I think it's important that it's not just about you being a black woman in IT, but like how rare is that to get the kind of contracts that you're getting and to really stand out, like the places that you're getting contracts from or the people that know you need to be asking them, where's some other places that they think you could be, you could, or, I have this booked and busy speakers boot camp. And so we go a little bit deeper into where are some of the other places that you need to be that you haven't thought of. And let's put a strategy together to make sure that the people who are in your network who don't really know how to pitch you, get them to start pitching you, because that opens up a world for you. And that was one of the other reasons that I learned in my 43 years on this earth and 27 years as a professional speaker. I don't need to do the heavy lifting anymore. There are people who will pitch me day in and day out and then drop that tea on me like, oh, this person about to holler at you. Go get those coins. Because I know you're going to over deliver. And these aren't people in the speaking space. These aren't people in professional training or coaching. You know what I mean? So think about that, Queen. In the other areas like leadership and DI. Oh, yeah, Queen, I see you. I see you, 5Fs. Okay. So we're going to go back. And as I said to you all before, this is the episode is pitching and speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present. Now we're going to go over the final 4 that I have. And before we do that, I want to make sure that you all understand that I have a $43 birthday offer. And it is it's really funny how to even talk about it. But there are 4 video trainings and they're not live. They're already recorded that deal with different aspects of pitching yourself. Right. And so if you go to the link, bookedandbusyspeakers.com/birthday bundle, you'll see what the 4 are. And the price is originally $297, but my 43rd birthday was yesterday and we're going all the way to midnight tonight. It'll be $43 and it downloads right into your inbox. So check it out. Go to the link, check it out, and hope to see you in the comments. But definitely check that out. $43. Go ahead and get at that. So let's talk about my last few. Now, today at 43, as a speaker and as a pitch master, I bring my own flavor and personality to everything that I do so that all sides are congruent. When I was in corporate America, when I was an attorney, I always felt stifled. And this is not for everybody because some people thrive in corporate America. This might not be for you, but I'm telling you, as an entrepreneur, as a speaker, as the killer pitch master, I had to go outside and find out where I really belonged. And so now I bring my personality to everything. And so I don't have fear of showing up with blue hair to events. In fact, when I tell you people love it, they love it. They love that I can look like this. They can love it that I can come in with a short blonde, wig. They can love it that I'll come in dying. They love it because they never know what to expect. And that's part of my brand, is to be different in ways that truly matter. And I can't only be the pitcher. Listen, what did Biggie say? I'm not only the client, I'm the pitching president. What? So if I want y'all to sound like things that are on Google, you don't need me. But if you really want to stand out and have people calling you and wanting you because the difference that you offer is quantified and that you've worked with great people. And again, when I told you I didn't do this for popularity, I didn't. But because I studied my craft and invested in myself and worked with great people and was able to do incredible things like being in movies and doing the kind of media and having billboards in Times Square and all this kind of stuff and the opportunities that come my way, I worked for this. I really worked, and it was hard work because it's easy for people to tell other people what's not possible when they haven't even tried it. So what does that mean? My personality is I'm not listening to people who have never done it. I'm just not. If you're not in the trenches fighting with me, if you're not a speaker who's out there on that grind or on that thugging it out, if you don't incorporate business development and what it is that you do, yes, people come to me all the time. Yes, I have an agent now who handles the financials and everything. She has her network, I have mine. But I've gotten to this level because I cannot feel the offers that are coming at me all day long. So that's her job. Look how long it took me to be comfortable to let someone take over for me. And that literally started last year when I was in Indiana because I realized there was so much coming at me. And I let her handle that because it's too much. But can we talk about the days that the phone didn't ring? When no emails came through? When I had no money, so I was so broke I couldn't pay attention? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about when before I had a book to my name? Can we talk about a lot of things? Yeah, because that really happened. And that's why I thank God that I have the right network. I mean, Sharon Monet, hashtag Pen Legacy, for her getting me to write that first book, the second book, the third. Now we're working on the fourth. Tentatively titled Queen Bitch, The Life and Legacy of the Killer Pitchmaster. I hope y'all like the title because it's about to go through. So bringing my unique flavor, being not just unapologetic, but standing in my power. Everything I do, everybody's not gonna like. And I hope you know that when people turn their Twitter fingers into trigger fingers, you're gonna be body by a pitching bitch. You just are. I'm not worried about people telling me what's not possible because we're making the impossible possible every day. And that's why bring yourself to the table. Maybe you're in the wrong friendship network, maybe you're in the wrong groups. But when I finally became free to tell the truth about things that happened, it opened more doors. And I don't mean like the trauma parts, but just I did struggle to get here. And now that I'm here, I'm going to shine until my heart stops. And if I'm not celebrated, but just tolerated, I move, I exit stage left because I believe in celebrating others who bless me before they even bless me. I'm thankful for the doors that have opened because they started consistency, they started persistence, and the persistence beat the resistance. Number 7, you have to be intentional about where you speak. In the beginning, you want to speak it. You say you speak it everywhere, every virtual thing, everything. Da, da, da. Pretty soon, you realize that those things don't pay, and that you can speak to a whole bunch of people, but if the audience is wrong, no one's buying anything. And so, the older I get, the more and more intentional I am about where I speak. If it's about volunteering, I need to usher that and not let people tell me, "Oh, well, you need." No, I don't. As an entrepreneur and as the killer pitch master, as a international professional speaker, as a corporate trainer, there are rooms I want to be in that I haven't gotten into yet. And if I spend my time on things that are not money generating, that are not impact generating, I'm wasting time. And so in the beginning, you do what you need to do to get your name out there. But at a certain point, if there is no return on investment, you'll have like an Andrew Frazier with small business like a pro, looking over them numbers, be like, "Oh, did I tell you?" I'll be like, "No, before you even go there, I'm not even going to do that no more." So when you're speaking, who's in the audience? Are these the type of people that are going to buy? Is it a free event? What's the how do you convert that? If the wrong people are in the room, you don't need to be there. If it's a whole bunch of people that are used to just hearing free stuff and not taking advantage of anything, move on. It's just not it for you. Again, if you're a novice, speak everywhere because you'll develop your speaking muscles. But once you get into the intermediate and advanced level, you have to be very, very careful and you have to be intentional. Am I right? For them speakers, we gotta be intentional, right? Number 8, I value my time more. In 2020 with the pandemic, I worked so hard because I was just refusing to believe. I refused to believe that they wouldn't hire speakers or consultants or anything. So I was working overtime. I'm like, yo, I'm getting in where I fit in. When people shrink back, I'm going hard. Give me the ball, I'm running it. Like the fourth quarter quarterback, I'm going hard. And towards the end of the year, I felt burnt out. In 2021, I decided I'm going to do some things differently. So I have to be more strategic about my time for rest, for fun, for seeing things, for experiences. And so that's why I say you have to be intentional about where you speak. You have to be intentional about the type of organizations that you align yourself with. And so last year, I put out so many different kinds of seeds that different organizations wanted to work with me. Some I can speak about, some that I cannot. until it's announced. But it's just this beautiful thing of they're recognizing me now. And I don't have to sell myself. Other people are selling me. And that's when you know you're pitching for profit. And then let's see. You need space. You need the space to create. You need the space to create your next beautiful now. So as we're talking about pitching and speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present, which one of those resonated most with you as speakers and as entrepreneurs? What are some of the things that you can take from what I said today? And let me go over them again. So you remember, here are the 9 lessons that came along with me being a professional speaker for 27 years. Remember, in the beginning, from 16 to my 30s, I was just a motivational speaker. I hadn't really gone deep into a niche. But in the last 8 to 10 years, number one, I found a niche that was wide open. And so I'm dominating that. You know what I mean? Sorry, my phone is already clicking. Y'all, sorry, y'all. I thought I turned it off. Number 2, I went national and I pursued a national strategic vision before thinking local because I wanted the most eyes on me, right? Number 3, I got seen by the greats in business and used their networks and their positions and their testimonials to propel my business, my brands, my books, my products and services forward. So that's why it was important for me to be in the LinkedIn's, Google's, and Microsoft's, Yelps, and all of them, because so many people utilize their services, and they want to know, why would someone associate with a full-figure diva like Precious L. Williams with no Ivy League degree, And here I am using what I learned as a speaker and as an attorney to create the niche and dominate with my pitches. Number 4, I started incorporating parts of my past and things that I used to be ashamed of into the things that I do as a speaker. So if I'm doing keynote speaking engagements, I have to figure out what type of stories best illustrate the point of me being an overcomer and thriving and killing the game, right? If I'm the bad bitch with the power pitch, I got to show up and show out every time, right? Number 5, I didn't seek out popularity, likes, and comments. That doesn't pay the bills. What does is having a great impact and watching your clients succeed, because they the best referrals for you, because they put you on game, they put you out there. Those testimonials mean the world to me, and I made it my mission to make sure that the testimonials kept coming on a weekly basis, right? Now, number 6, I bring my unique flavor and personality to everything that I do. If there's a problem with my books or the names or whatever, I don't need to associate with, because I don't want to censor myself, and you don't have the right audience if it's going to be a problem. I expect some people to clutch their pearls, but most of them are just like, yo, I'm with it because she's doing something different that I could actually utilize in my business. Not just it's not curse words, but that brought you to me, because whoever puts the words bad bitches and power pitches together is a 13-time national champion, corporate trainer, international professional speaker. Not that people can have done what I've done. And so I'm going to maximize every opportunity. And so I'm going to add some shock value, but I'm going to over deliver. Number 7, I'm intentional about where I speak. It is not a given that I volunteer my time. I decide on that. And if it doesn't work, it does not work. But because my time is valuable, and the higher and higher up I get, the more I realize that you need to spend your time on money generating activities, making sure your clients are happy, and also choosing the right type of clients. And so I've been known to be like, hold up, this ain't gonna work. The ability to pay is not, that's cute, that's wonderful. But if we have no chemistry, I'm not working with you, nor am I giving you my time, because I do not want to argue back and forth. If you think you can do it better, you don't even need me, right? Number 8, value your time. Value your time. Bring rest and fun and joy and all that other kind of stuff to what it is you're doing. It makes it so much better. And finally, number 9, make space. Just make space for yourself. Make space for peace. Reconnect with old friends, not for business, but just to reconnect with I've reconnected with my high school classmates. I've reconnected with people I never thought I would, and it's been this beautiful experience. So, as the ebb and flow of life, the highs and the hills and the valleys of life, we can all laugh and share because we've all been there now in our 40s. I'm blessed to see 40 years old, 43. And as y'all know, 5 years ago, I tried to take my life. 5 years later, I'm the killer pitch master, and I am doing it bigger and better than I ever thought. And that is a testament to making space, to valuing my time, to being intentional about where I speak, to also bringing my personality to the table. And if people do not like me, that's not okay. I can't allow that to stop me from spreading joy and positivity to the masses and also showing women you can be a full figure deal and a plus size fashionista. And you can take the business world by storm and win what? Big. So, which one of those resonated most with you? Again, this is the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. I'm your proud host, Precious Williams. Allow me to go and see what my esteemed guests are saying. And again, if you are new here, please take my free quiz. Go to pitchingforprofit.com. Answer 6 short questions, and algorithms will give you a customized report that'll show you where you are in your pitching journey and how to improve that moving forward. I also have a $43 birthday offer. So if you like some of the things you heard today, I have, I think, 3 or 4 videos that originally go for $297 altogether. You can get them for $43 today at bookedandbusyspeakers.com/birthday bundle. And they drop right into your email inbox. And if you all want to learn how to get paid speaking engagements, ready to have your calendar thriving with paid speaking engagements, join our next Booked and Busy Speakers Boot Camp. We're gonna do we do beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So jump on in, get in where you fit in. And so let me see what my esteemed guests are saying. And please let me know which one of those resonated the most with you. Again, this is Pitching and Speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present. And let me know if you're enjoying this. Let me see what my people are saying. Let me see what my peeps are saying. Okay, hold on. All right. The 5 F's to love. Thank you. You're welcome, Queen. Yolanda. Happy birthday. Thank you, Queen. Glad you're here. Emma, yes, Queen. Tell it. Emma, thank you so much. For all of you who don't know, Emma and her partner Tasmir, they've created Brunch Pitch. So if you are really a company that's looking to pitch your business in front of the greats, like I was a part of their Brunch Pitch Blackout Redemption, and I was judging the last round with the casting director from Shark Tank and another esteemed entrepreneur. And so they're creating unique ways for entrepreneurs of color to pitch their businesses, to get money, to get in front of the right people, to take their business to the next level. So Emma, would you please drop the information on Brunch Pitch and also on the thing that you and Tasmir are doing that's helping entrepreneurs go to the next level, that doesn't have to include Brunch Pitch, but also just ways the DM firm. Drop that, Queen. Joe Baptiste, you did good. Happy birthday. Stay authentic. Thank you, Joe. Gertrude, this is so true, Precious. Now, y'all know Gertrude was there for my first speaking engagement out of the Bowery Mission at Bottomless Closet, and she's been with me ever since. Love you, Queen. Yolanda, so true. Thank you, Queen. There go my Lady Tracy Bond, 007. Amen. Lady Tracy, please put in the comments that Lady Tracy, she has author, I'm probably saying her authorious. So if you are an author and you're looking to get more exposure for your upcoming books or to get your books out to a larger audience, she has a whole magazine dedicated to authors. And I was on the cover for January 2022. And so if you're looking to get yourself in an economically feasible way that really explodes, go and check her out. Lady Tracy, drop it like it's hot on them. Lady Tracy, let's glow, Queen P. You already know. June, your thoughts about transformation. In what way, June? Please explain a little bit more. I'd love to know what you mean, my thoughts on transformation, because I've definitely transformed. And it's a wonderful place to be. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It was growing pains, right? These things weren't seamless. These things weren't seamless to get to a place where I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable with teaching and training. It took time, it took growing pains, but now that I'm here, everything was worth the hassle for the tassel. Andrea, how do you like to relax time away from your work? Writing poetry, chopping it up with the homies, my girls, my kings and my queen. I love just sitting back and relaxing. Like, sometimes when I go to speak, the thing I love now is I always incorporate a day before and a day after just to chill out, just to hang out with the homies, people who've only seen me on social media. We have meals together, we chop it up. I also love to, when people go drive and say, my license has expired, so I ain't driving nowhere. But just to go riding with people, like I love going to small towns where they have like little candy stores and like I like that sort of thing. I like Airbnbs. Like I like to be other places other than New York because I get to meet a variety of people that aren't so focused on six pack abs and Brazilian butt lifts. I like just going and eating like good down home food that's specific to that state or that city. I love walking around in nature and just smelling it. I have a queen, Julie Lineberger, and her husband Joe. So they live in Vermont, and they have an Airbnb. So their house is here in the Airbnb. And I was just there after my oral surgeries, resting and recuperating, watching deer and just walking around. Like that's what I mean by having the great kind of friends who were your clients, but now they're friends, and now they're bringing you to things because they know you need to heal. You need to heal in nature, walking around. We sat around a bonfire. I went to Joe, her husband, took me to this beautiful golf course in Vermont, and they were raising money for some of the less fortunate in Vermont. And I'm just all the experiences that I'm having, they're so seamless now because it's like I don't worry. Even if I'm the only talking about, I don't worry like I used to because my personality. I mean, I went in and I had bright red hair. I mean, I had that Kool-Aid red hair, and everybody was like, "Wow, I really like it." I'm like, "Oh my god, I go anywhere with different hair." So that's that. Yeah, so that's how I like it. But I love writing poetry. Number 7, Joe, being intentional. I know that's right, Joe. Lady Tracy Double, I smashed that ridiculous 43 birthday queen with your priceless knowledge, sharing unique value. It would have been an insult not to buy that bundle. Beneficence.com, PR, authorious.com, magazine online. Y'all check out Authorious magazine online. If you on author getting ready to drop, or you've already dropped some, but you need a bigger audience, she is a master at PR. Go to beneficence.com, PR. Robin McPherson. Hold on, I'm coming down, y'all. Coming down. Being intentional. I know that's right, Robin. Number Gertrude. Number 7. Yes. Gertrude. Love you too, P. All right, y'all. It is. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Lady Tracy, thank you for pitch sharing my greatness sharing my greatness operatives, Queen P. I love you forever. Love you too. So as you all know, as we're coming down to the end of our show today, I definitely want you all to know that my website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. That's where you can find out about my upcoming events. That's where you can learn about how to work one-on-one with me, how to join a group course with me. And if you are a medium-sized to large-sized company, corporation, nonprofit, foundation, please be sure to check out what we're doing. You can book me there. You can schedule a consultation with me, and I can help you figure out what will be best for you. And finally, I'm just happy to be here. I'm 43 years old. I'm so excited. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, look at that little chocolate drop. Look at that. Look at that chick. She cute. I didn't say that when I was younger. And I really feel like I had to grow into my looks and to be who Precious is, right? And so that's one of the most beautiful things about, when I turned 43 yesterday. And I remember my auntie called me early in the morning. We got a phone. I started crying, and she remembered when I was in the hospital 5 years ago. My cousin Lil James saved my life. And I know she wanted to cut me up. And I didn't even know at that moment that that was a turning point in my life. That the fat lady hadn't sang and God gave me a second chance. And I'm going to use it to help others. It's a great Ty Goodwin says, when you step into your purpose, another woman can step into hers and another man can step into theirs. So as a trailblazer, it's an honor to be here with all of you. Please check out my website. Please check out the things that we have coming up. This week is going to be crazy. I'm speaking at Rutgers School of Law, and I'm going to be teaching on, like interview tips in the age of COVID. I'm going to be speaking at Fusion. I am also going to be leading a 6-figure mastermind with my queen, Deb Boulanger. And so there are other things that are happening. And also, we're doing the 5 F's to Love on Friday night, the ladies panel. So, we're gonna get to that. And there you heard me though. I love you all. If there are no more comments, wait, I see some comments. Tandra, hey Tandra, how are you, Queen? Hey, beautiful, how are you, Queen? Drop your info in the comments about Tap In Magazine so people can know if they're a queen, how to be on the cover of Tap In Magazine. If they have a business, a book, a brand, a product, or service, drop that in there, Tandra. And Gertrude, I am happy you're still here too. Such a beautiful person. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to all of you who come back repeatedly. I love, love, love you all. Again, this is the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. Our episode, this exciting episode today, was Pitching and Speaking at 43, 27 years of reconciling the past and the present. Speaking about pitching and speaking, the things that I've learned, the things that have gotten me to the place where I am today. And I hope that those 9 lessons truly help you. I'm delighted to always come back. And what I'm thinking of, y'all, is maybe doing this twice a month or once a month. Y'all let me know in the comments. I know I've been doing it weekly, but I'm thinking of going to twice a month or once a month. Why don't you all think about it and get back to me? You can type your thoughts in the comments and let me know, because we got some big things coming up this year. And I want to make sure that I still give y'all my time, my attention, and everything. So let me know. And I know I'll be having y'all for an hour. I'll be like, dang, she be going in. So I truly love you all. Hold on. There's 2 more comments. I want to make sure that I'm on point. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to go all the way down. Sorry. There's so much. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Tandra, go to www.tapinmagazine.org. The 5 F's to Love. Thanks for the promo. You rock, girl. You know how we do. June, lovely to meet you. What is Slay All Competition? So that's one of hashtag Slay All Competition. That's one of my hashtags, because as a killer pitch master, I help you what slay all competition through killer elevator pitches, media pitches, investor pitches, sales pitches, speaker pitches, and interview pitches. I create the pitches for you. We perfect them together. I have been writing pitches since 2011. Oh my gosh, 11 years. And being a 13-time champion, this is what I love to do, and to show you how to pitch your business so that it truly explodes and you get the kind of your bait attracting and closing on your most ideal prospects, turning them into repeat clients. Love you all. You all are wonderful. Thank you all for giving me your time today. I can't tell you enough how much it tickles me to come back. Again, I'm your proud host, Precious Williams, the killer, the killer pitch master. This is my show, Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitch Master. We're usually here every Sunday. We go live. I might shorten it to 2 times a month, to 1 time a month. You all let me know what works. If there's someone who needs to watch this particular episode, please type their name in the comments and tell them why they should be here. If you need links to the Pitching for Profit quiz, the free quiz, my $43 birthday bundle offer, or to Booked and Busy Speakers Boot Camp, please type that in the comment. Hey, I need the links to these 3, or I need all the links, or I need links to this. Put it in there and I'll make sure that I'll get that to you by tomorrow. Okay. It's been great being here with all of you. I love, love, love you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'll see you later. This is the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. See you next time. Take care. Bye.